Welcome to the Global War Watch Network. Today, we are looking at a piece of tech that could completely rewrite the rules for soldiers on the ground. And hey, if you want to stay on top of this kind of stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
So let's just jump right in with a question that sounds like it's pulled from the latest sci-fi blockbuster. What if soldiers could literally see the battlefield of the future? See threats before they appear? Well, it might not be science fiction for much longer, because India just took a huge step in making that a reality.
And that brings us to this incredible concept, the augmented soldier. We're talking about taking all the digital intelligence, maps, drone feeds, intel, and fusing it directly onto what a soldier sees in the real world.
So, what does augmented soldier actually mean? Well, think of a regular soldier, but now imagine their vision is enhanced with a heads-up display. We're talking about projecting critical data, friendlies here, enemies there, the route to an objective, directly into their line of sight. The real goal here isn't just to add more tech, it's to take the mental weight off so they can make smarter, faster decisions when it counts.
And the capabilities are just staggering. With sensor fusion, a soldier can see right through smoke or in pitch-black darkness. They can get a live video feed from a drone flying miles away, piped straight to their eyeballs. Geotagging paints this clear, color-coded picture of who's friend and who's foe. And get this, the next step is AI that will actually highlight threats for you. It is a total game changer.
But, building this kind of future is insanely difficult. And to understand why India's approach is so interesting, we first have to look at America's high-tech stumble with this very same idea.
Right, so the United States has been working on its own version, a really ambitious project called the Integrated Visual Augmentation System, or IVAS. The goal was huge, to use this tech to make soldiers better at literally everything, from shooting to communicating. It was supposed to be the gold standard.
An incredible vision, but they hit a major, and I mean major, snag. After spending billions, early tests revealed a fundamental flaw. The system was making soldiers physically ill. We're talking headaches, nausea, serious eye strain. The very tech designed to make them superhuman was actually taking them out of the fight.
And this is exactly where India's story picks up, because it looks like they learned a massive lesson from the US experience. Their approach was different from the ground up. It was human-centric, prioritizing the soldier's comfort over just cramming in the most powerful specs.
Yeah, this table really tells the whole story. Look at the difference in philosophy. The US IVAS went for maximizing the field of view, right? But check out the user issue row. Nausea and physical strain. Now look at India's column. They used different tech, a different display method, and what was the result? An always-in-focus image. Their whole focus was on making it work with the human body, not against it. So what's the secret sauce here? It's a technique with a fancy name, Maxwellian view retinal projection. But the idea is simple. Instead of showing you an image on a tiny screen in front of your eye, this system actually projects the light directly onto your retina. And because of that, the image is always in focus, no matter where you look. It completely gets rid of that eye strain and nausea that plagued the American system.
Okay, so it's a brilliant solution to a very human problem. But there was another massive hurdle. How do you actually manufacture this advanced optical tech cheaply and in large numbers? Let's get into how they cracked that problem. This part gets a little technical, but it's crucial. The US system uses something called SRGs. Think of them as microscopic grooves etched onto a surface. India's system uses VHGs, which is basically a holographic film sealed between two layers of glass. Now, the VHG tech gives you way better color and clarity, but it's always been notoriously difficult and expensive to mass produce.
And that is where the real genius comes in. The Indian researchers developed a new manufacturing process that gets rid of the big, bulky, expensive prisms you used to need to make these things. By doing that, they opened the door to mass production, making them on a roll-to-roll process, kind of like a printing press. Suddenly, this super advanced tech became scalable and ready for the real world.
Now, it's important to understand, this amazing AR system didn't just happen in a vacuum. It's actually a perfect example of India's much larger national strategy, building a self-reliant military force. They call it Atmanirbhar Bharat, which translates to self-reliant India.
And if you want to see that policy in action, just look at this number, 76%. That's how much of the IAC Vikrant, India's first homemade aircraft carrier, the most complex warship they've ever built, was made right there in India. It shows this isn't just talk, they're actually doing it.
Exactly. So this AR breakthrough fits into that much bigger picture. It's part of a massive nationwide push for designing and building their own advanced defense tech, from the displays in their fighter jets all the way up to entire warships.
And we're not talking about things that might happen 10 years from now. This technology, and a whole lot of other cutting-edge gear, is moving out of the lab and into field trials as we speak.
Yeah, take a look at this list. This is just a sample of the homegrown systems being tested by the Indian Army right now. You've got drones, smart munitions, advanced radars, electronic warfare platforms. It's a clear sign of just how fast their military modernization is moving.
And these aren't easy tests. They are putting this gear through the ringer in simulated combat across every kind of terrain you can imagine in India, from the high Himalayas down to the coastal plains. The goal is to make sure these systems aren't just clever, but that they're tough and ready for actual battle.
Which leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. As information itself becomes one of the most powerful weapons on the battlefield, who really has the edge? Is it the force with the absolute widest, most data-packed field of view, or is it the force that has the clearest, most comfortable, and most usable view for the soldier wearing it?
That's all we have for this explainer. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found this interesting, do us a favor and hit like, share it with someone, and definitely subscribe to the Global War Watch Network. We really want to know what you think. Who wins, widest view or clearest view? Drop your thoughts in the comments and come join the conversation on our social media. All the links for that are down in the description.